Work living, maybe okay to have like my next one.
Bold?
Even like for living, okay, but not so much.
What, the bold thing?
Yeah, I'm just not thinking that half of it.
Who drew that?
Nobody drew it.
It's a sticker? Are you checking the level?
It's pretty low.
I like it about it.
Melvin.
Well, listen, you're only going on from orange.
And a phone number.
There you go.
Go to the two.
Yeah.
I think we're.
All right, let's get started. Topic of the day is, oh, and here's a perfect thing. School is back in session, so now what? Bring the apple. School is back in session, so now what? And really, what we're talking about and having a conversation about is the time of the year that we're in. Shocking. August is a little bit weird in my experience. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's weird. I don't think I've ever had an August where I could say, boy, I really killed it this August. It's just kind of a weird month. And it's primarily, I guess, because back to school and people's attention is diverted. So just kind of wanted to have a conversation around that with you guys and maybe talk through some strategies to jumpstart your business, get more focused, all of that. So, TG, what has been your experience in August, in September, even September, really?
I feel like it's been so. Like my first year, I started in August, and so it kind of wasn't really anything because it was that first 6 months. And then I feel like the second year, I did like in August. That was like the year that I did 12 or 14, so it's kind of like a bigger month.
Right.
But then it's always that like so month, right? September, August, because people are like done from the hotness of like June, July.
Yeah, right.
And then they're like, okay. Then they're like, it's gonna be holidays. Do I really want to do this now? You know.
I think the people that want to move have already moved,
Yeah.
and the people that have to move don't want to move.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, and that's from my buyer side perspective too. I like literally, you guys know, like 2 months ago, maybe switched to focusing on listings, and so I signed 3 new listings this August.
That's
so
great.
I feel good about it, but it could be because none of
I
those
was saying,
did stuff.
what is the motive behind them selling though? Right? We know one's divorced, so they have to sell.
Getting rid of his house so that we could start doing investment property, and the other one, she wants to get in Littleton, so change the location.
So she wants to move.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the listings I've ever gotten in this half of the year are half to move.
Yeah, right.
Not by choice, yeah. It's job switching me, it's military, it's divorce, you know, maybe some marriage that happens sometime in the fall instead of getting a new house. But yeah, I don't feel like we're in that point where it's, I'd like to move, thinking about it. And then it gets you, I'm already having people tell me, well, I'd like to put my house on the market now, this is in both Albuquerque and here.
Right.
But if it doesn't sell now, then we're getting to the holidays, and I don't want to work on the holidays, and I don't want to be moving them.
I don't want to show my home during
Yeah.
the holiday months.
Well, even if they sell it now, but they know that they're gonna purchase their next house, it's gonna be in the winter time.
Right.
And they already want to be in a house either before the holidays or not at all until spring.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you tailor your business, or can you even tailor your business to go after the people who have to move,
Yeah. Yeah, I think,
as opposed to the people who want to move? Because the people who want to move are on,
no.
they're on their own time, and they're also out there in the boomtown world and in the Facebook world, and they're goofing around and they're looking at stuff. But the people that have to move, sometimes it's sprung upon them. How do we go after that business? Have you ever thought about that?
So on the divorce side, yes.
Get a couple attorneys in your pocket?
No, I search public records.
Okay.
Who's filing for divorce.
Okay.
I've not done it up here. But, yeah, well, it's just on DJ, so we're talking first. My first time closing with an Albuquerque this year came from 3 couples that divorced.
Really?
We sold all 3 listings, and all 6 people ended up purchasing our home.
So, B and DJ, or excuse me, Sarah, if you can't hear that, Dave is talking about searching public records for those people who have filed for divorce.
Yeah, And you can try to find out if they have an attorney, if the attorney filed for them in court.
Uh-huh.
If, you can always try the attorney out. Ultimately, yeah, if you can build a relationship with the attorney, awesome.
Right.
But more than anything, send out a straight letter and possibly even already a CMA to the house that's, that they're filed under. And just say, hey, look, life happens, we're sorry, but maybe you're serious what your value is in case you need to sell.
And that's in public records.
Oh, yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah. So in New Mexico, we go to New Mexico courts.gov or something like that, and I can look up any of the court systems in New Mexico. And so, that's so you can just.
Foreclosures as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you can look up, divorces, foreclosure rates, everything like that. On our court systems.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. Have you guys ever thought about reaching out to human resources directors at major companies?
That's gonna be one that obviously I haven't been in this for a while, but just thinking about, companies that tend to relocate,
Mm-hmm.
people, and just, if they can do that and trying to develop a relationship with them so
Yep.
that they can recommend us to their
Yep.
customers. Even if it's negotiating some sort of partnership.
And what about relocation companies? You guys ever reached out to those? Do you know some of the larger ones?
I can't think of it.
Have you ever heard of Cendant? 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 Or Paragon? Cendant. Cendant. Paragon is another one.
These are relocation companies, like that's what they do.
So corporations will contract with these companies and turn over the relocation to them, as opposed to keeping the relocation in-house. Yeah.
And as an individual agent, I think we all think about that, right? Like, who's gonna get in with them? Then you find out, like, in Albuquerque, they're already contracted with Coldwell Banker.
Yeah,
They're already did that. But I
sometimes.
think we have to go and realize that we're 20 people strong.
Mhm.
We are a company in and of ourselves. I think we have leverage now to actually go to this company and say, hey,
Yeah.
we have the resources. And one person might be able to handle all of your reload. That's a 20-person team can. Yeah.
Something just happened.
And especially if you're expanding to, right,
Right.
the expansion model, Phoenix, and other.
Yeah.
For sure. So this, I'm getting a weird echo. This being August and September, what do you guys think is, do you guys look at this time and think, okay, great. For me, it was always, the kids are back in school and I can definitely refocus my efforts on getting back to, basics or getting back to putting my nose to the grindstone and vacations are over, kids are back to school, and now I can refocus recenter my business.
I think that's an excellent point, is that as you were talking, I was thinking about how in my personal business with no kids, summertime is still summertime.
Yeah, right. Summertime
Even
is still
though
summertime.
nothing changes in my life day to day, where I'm like, okay, now it's happening. Summertime still has me in the mindset, I just want to travel, I want to be gone, so I'm not focused.
But how true is it then that if we think that in our business, how many other buyers and sellers
That still want to do something, don't, because they're traveling. And, well, we're going, why? We're going here next, so we're going to wait till we come home from vacation to deal with this. And I think just culturally, we all get to that mindset of, it's August now, summer's over, let's refocus on the second half.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is just all a false narrative in our head that it's changing in August. But the reality is that, I think everybody else
Could be.
are geared just to jump back up. It's, I think people operate on two schedules. It's, calendar new year, but it's also, school new year. I think a lot of people reset on this.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up because January provides us pretty much the same opportunity to get, laser focused on business and nose back to the grindstone and whatnot.
Yeah.
So this is kind of historically been sort of the same mindset for me.
And my August might sometimes be a big one, but it's all from the activities of June and July, right? Where I don't get a lot under contracts in August, but then like September, October's,
I get a lot of people in the car in August and September.
August is all, it's almost like I mean, if you look at the wave, right, you have your prospect again in May, knowing we're getting to the hot season, you're busy all June and July.
Yeah.
Until August becomes a prospecting month, and then all of a sudden you have big September, October, November,
Right.
dies down.
Exactly.
Right? And I think it just comes from inconsistency in prospecting, maybe.
Perhaps, yeah. You haven't been in the business very long, have you?
I got my license still at 23rd, so.
Nice.
No.
So in your 3 weeks, which has been your busiest, kind of ways to experience per hour.
So what does August mean to you?
I mean, for me, I just getting started.
Yeah, right?
Getting after it. I've been, I'm on staff at the church that Garrett and Tyler are at, and so finishing up some summer stuff, with our lead pastor being gone, but I'll be ready to be diving in. So I think for me, just been trying to think about my mindset, not really dictating it by buyers and sellers, just going with the mindset like, right, there's a ton of people out there that want to buy and sell, and just.
Does the church calendar slow down after the summer months?
Not really.
Like I would imagine summer months, you're on retreats and you're doing, you're doing maybe a couple of activities at night for families and stuff like that. But when back to school hits, I would think that would slow down a bit. Yes, no, maybe?
Doesn't necessarily slow down, it just becomes a little bit more rhythmic.
Okay.
So the activity just shifts, so like more weekly rhythms rather than like highly intense focus, like weeks
Right.
of time. We've had something every other week, or it's been either like a VBS or a mission team or soccer camp,
Right.
mission
Yeah.
trip, all that stuff. So, which is why I've been out of the game.
So then this time of year allows you to refocus. Yes.
Get in the rhythm, at least get in the rhythm for sure.
Gotcha.
I don't think a single person in your church better ever buy or sell outside of this team with 3 of you guys on staff.
The entire congregation is a client.
Yeah. If they don't buy or sell either.
Oh, yeah, church disciplines in this
And I see.
Natalia, did you find him?
It's dead.
Huh?
The number.
You killed him?
The number like.
Oh, the numbers.
Are all dead.
I was like, what is
She just called me, she's like, I just thought I'd call you instead of having this on text message, so I ran the names that I found with her, and she's like, what's with the deaf parents? It's in the state, so.
Oh.
She recommended going to White Pages, paying $20 for their premium, and finding it that way.
Does anybody live there?
No.
Oh.
It's like, it's in the States, so like, he doesn't live there, and it's really perfect. She's like, yeah, he wanted me to send it over to sign last night, and I refused to send it because I told him it was a better offer. She was working in their best interest. Didn't tell me to send it. Our parents waited, when they bought this house, for the first offer, they declined it, they waited 5 months for another offer, we're signing it. She's like, no, like, I have something better coming, and they fired her because of it. Yes.
What?
Yeah, she said, no, I'm not sending it to you, and they're like, then you're fired. She's like, okay, then I'm fired.
Well, that's fucking dumb. Send the fucking offer. It's not your choice.
Aren't you legally responsible to present every offer?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
I don't know, she's Greenback, guys.
That explains it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, what, that's something.
I know, if I was her, I would have said, there's not really another fun job.
Fast sell, get it over with.
I know, like, I would have gotten him up either way, but I'm still fucked, so, you know, so, yeah.
So what is the time of year mean to you in your business?
Oh, this is my first year that I'm actually doing business, so I'm really playing things by ear, you know?
So you haven't really experienced kind of the ebbs and flows
No,
of the
I've
seasons
experienced
and
One offer,
And what-
my one deal the first year, 2 deals the second year.
Hey.
One being my own. You doubled your business. One being my own house.
hey,
Hey, so, you know, I'm just riding this out.
nice.
I'll see what the year takes.
We had 2 deals in August,
No, they were in November. Both were in November.
Nice.
Yeah, I like to have 12 months between deals.
Which is fine if they're like $5 million deals.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
$1 million house.
I do one deal a year. It was $8 million. So, I mean, this is really a short topic. August is kind of weird. Just keep at it and refocus your business. And there's not really a lot to discuss about August. Do you guys have anything to add?
I think Sarah and I were just talking on her 411. When we have the August, September appointments, will probably play out in Q4.
They do.
So going after appointments is great. And just telling people, hey, let's definitely be looking now. If you never know what scenarios we're going to run into, we might run into someone that a contract falls out for them, that they would really be willing to do a good deal if you're a buyer.
That's a good point.
Don't give up right now. Keep looking. You never know the situations you're going to run into. You might get a great deal now. That's why you're waiting till November. We might as well just get it now and get you in a house that you love. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of sellers get a little skittish around this time of year too, so it can be good for your buyers. I'm seeing.
sure, yeah, their house was on the market, still on the market, going into the fall.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
They get a little freaked out, and we're already seeing more price reductions than we used to. And I noticed a couple that I've got a couple of buyers that are looking, and I noticed a couple came through just from the things that I'm sending them. So yeah, this is gonna be a great time for buyers.
I think especially with the buyers, I'm noticing is none of them have a clue about the timeline of buying a home. They're all saying, well, yeah, I'm not in a big hurry, I still have 3 more months of my lease. I'm like, yeah, be in a big hurry because it's gonna take that long to close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think a lot of people think that they have more time than they do. And if you just don't find out at that point, that is under contract for this month, for them to do where they need to be, and they don't know that.
And if you've got somebody in a lease, don't hesitate to find out what the lease break fee is going to be, and then add that to seller concessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Have them pay that.
only for that reason.
Yeah, right.
That fee.
That's an easy objection handler.
Yeah. Especially too, like if they are 3 months out and get under contract today, what is they did? 18th?
It's 15th of August, isn't it?
We'll close,
Is that
yeah.
15th?
We'll close 15th, 16th of September, your first payment's not gonna be until November.
Till November 1st.
Your lease is up in the middle of October, you still don't have a payment.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
Half the month's gone already. Good grief. All right, guys. Anything else? Short and sweet.
The only other thing I think is maybe just redefining what you think is a successful August. So maybe it's not, 5 closings.
What would you define as a successful August?
Maybe you just have, you fill your pipeline with 300 new contacts and you've got, 20 appointments.
Yeah, appointments. I was going to go there. 10 appointments, 20 appointments, 2 a week, 3 a week, something like that.
Yeah, if you're just focusing on appointments and building relationships, educating buyers and timelines and stuff like that, then a successful August really looks like a huge,
A successful August is going to be a huge Q4.
it's just a huge Q4.
Yeah. And that's Christmas money.
Yeah, I switched up my, kind of thought process to doing not just appointments, but, agency agreements, right? Because you can meet with 10 buyers that seem like they're gonna work with you, but you don't have them sign the contract, and it's, I'm kind of not.
Let's talk about that for a few minutes, because I found, and even in my experience, when I was initially starting out, I was kind of afraid of that document.
Yeah.
And really afraid to present it. I almost presented it with an apology. And then as I progressed, I became really less and less afraid of that document and more insistent upon getting it signed.
Yeah.
So how do you approach it?
I work with them, right, and we have the appointment.
What do you say? Walk me through it.
So when we have the appointment, right, the rapport, we have a good idea of what they're looking for, yada, yada, right? I'm like, okay, so the next step is for me to send you all the documents, right?
Mhm.
So I send them over the agency agreement and the buyer advisory, and I say, hey, this first one is, kind of an advisory of things that can happen during the transaction, how to do that. And the second one is just a document that that allows me to work on your behalf. Kind of.
And just leave it there. Yeah.
Short and cheap. Yeah, I think from like a personal, like when we bought, we were so clueless to the buying process, that someone was just like, this is what we do. And then like, oh, I'll just sign it. Because I would have no clue otherwise.
I also end with like, this is, just confirming that we'll be working together, right? So this is allowing me to work on your behalf, kind of confirming that we'll be working together in some way.
I use the verbiage, this is what contractually obligates me to perform for you, the duties and obligations that I am giving you. Pay special attention to paragraph 5, and I'll just leave it at that. Because paragraph 5 outlines duties and obligations. And I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
Are you getting that done, like, when you meet with them? Not first thing, but like after your first meeting with them? Like, hey, this looks good, it looks like we're gonna be a good fit, by the way.
I'll send it after the first meeting, yeah.
All right, so you're saying, not necessarily bring a hard copy.
No, I don't. I'll reference it and talk and, kind of introduce it, but no, I don't bring it up.
So we've had these exact forms in Albuquerque that nobody uses. It's like very rare to actually gonna get a buyer bid.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we just go off of trust and, co-op agreements in the MLS, we're not worried about getting paid.
So you close a deal without having a buyer agency?
Oh, yeah, so that's why this is so new.
What?
I've never had a buyer agency agreement signed.
I just want to throw up.
We also don't need to do agency in Mexico, so it's never been a big deal to us. Yeah, we're all transactional broker default, sure.
Huh.
So you can call out.
I like it.
I
I like it because then it's like, even if you had a good relationship, like a good talk with them, right? It just sort of solidifies that you guys are gonna work.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then they think, oh,
It
yeah.
firms it in their mind. Yeah, for sure.
It's real.
Right.
You know, but after something, you're like, oh, no, I'm already working with somebody, as opposed to like, I met with somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
If you met with somebody, I'm still gonna talk.
Yeah.
Now, do you-
Like, I don't know if it's anything you know.
Usually it's that they're gonna be obligated to pay the difference in commission, or is that? you do that?
I don't do that. I do not do that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's really kind of a worthless document, other than.
Other than the mindset, yeah, right. It is. Yeah. That's it. That's exactly
Like,
right.
that's well, right.
Yeah,
It is.
It's huge.
So why were you scared, and what are some of maybe objections that you had with clients of not signing an NDA?
Here's my, I'll tell you my Charlie Wright story. Everybody has a Charlie Wright, and if you haven't had one, you're gonna have one. Charlie Wright was this guy who was referred to me by a client of mine, and I knew he was working with multiple brokers. Charlie's a dick. I knew he was working with multiple brokers, and Charlie Wright was $1 million buyer, right? Charlie was 1.5. I'm showing him homes. He goes, "Is that all you got? Is that all you got? Is that all you got?" I'm like, "Fuck, that's all that's out there, dude."
Well, anybody's got, man.
Right? And he would never sign a buyer agency, never would. And he screwed me. He went and bought a house with another broker. And I knew he was working with multiple brokers. After that, it was like, you know what, fuck this. My time is more important than that to me. And if you're not going to sign it, you're going to screw me anyway, right? So
I'm not gonna work with you.
So I'm not going to work. Yeah, if you don't sign it, I'm not going to work with you. And I started presenting it as you know what, this solidifies our relationship. It outlines the duties and obligations that I'm obligated to provide to you via paragraph 5. And yeah, if you don't sign it, I have other people who are who have committed their business to me. And if it becomes a question of who am I going to see at 2 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, I'm going to see the guy who's already signed the buyer agency, okay, not you. And I just got sick of being walked on, pretty much. So it's like,
Plus, if they sign it, they're serious, they're looking,
Yeah, right? If they're not, they're just dicking around.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody got time for that.
I think it's important too, because like we did,
STFU.
our agent was here, and so he was like out of town all the time. So I was like requesting showings through other people, and like showed up and was like, we stood up.
Right,
So I think just bringing clarity.
right. So when you were a buyer, did somebody present that to you, that document? Never was.
No, he was terrible. I think he was, he's not good.
So you bought a house without a buyer agency signed? That is so foreign to me.
Yeah. So it's a good point that like yesterday, I was calling the boot family, and I've already been talking and texting them for probably 2 weeks now. Finally talked to them on the phone, and we get to talk and have a 30-minute conversation at the end of the day. By the way, my wife's a realtor here in Florida too. I don't think she's getting a license in Colorado, but maybe she'll hold just so we can buy her house. And so she can get paid for 3%. I'm like, it's like all the time talking, and now you're trying to tell me possibly it's an option that after all of this, your wife's gonna get a license here just so she can pay her 3%.
Well, at least they only wasted your time on the phone.
Yeah, right.
But I'm like, dude, that's just stupid, though. She's gonna go get licensed, and she doesn't wanna practice, you're gonna do it for 3%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Not worth it.
why are you gonna waste your time? You're
Yeah, I
gonna
was
go
saying-
16 hours or like teach some classes.
It's pitching that it's a terrible idea. And then
Yeah,
Well-
it takes so long, it costs so much money, she doesn't want to do that.
they said-
Go through all that hassle.
Yeah, by the time you do it,
It said in Colorado State, it was the hardest, and they said,
I'll
Yeah.
buy you more seats, shut up.
Right.
So here's the other end of the spectrum with Charlie Wright, is David Schweitz. David was a rare coin dealer moving from Las Vegas to here, and he ended up being my highest sale ever. And I met him and his family. They were coming in. I knew they were coming in. They were going to stay at the Marriott over at Denver West. And I called the Marriott, and I knew they were coming in late. And I had room service bring up a couple of beers, a bottle of wine, and milk and cookies for the kids when they first arrived here in Denver. And this is all, I had just met David on the phone. I'd never met him in person. And he was so impressed by that. The first day that we went out, when we were done, he goes, "Don't you have some paperwork for me to sign?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I do."
Oh, yes, I
So-
do.
2.2 million. Yeah, up in Evergreen. He bought the house and the vacant lot next to it.
So you probably have a hard copy on hand, just don't necessarily give it unless it's a good choice.
Unless it's David Schweitz. Well, we used to carry documents in briefcases in the trunk of the car before.
Contract on the hood of my car.
But yeah, right before, CTME and all
Right.
that online stuff.
I wrote a contract on my phone on a dirt bike.
Nice.
I can't do it.
Little black.
Waiting for the day when I can write a contract on the toilet.
You should have connected, iPhone connect.
Right? Back when the nose came out, we had our stylist, I was doing it on my phone. Yeah, from the toilet, no problem.
Nice. All right, gang.
Good stuff.
Thanks for talking, guys.
Thank you. Have a good one.
So.
Go August.
Day drinking?
Kick some ass. Let's go to the plant room.
Right.
Just kidding.
Refocus.
Build your pipe. Yeah.
Build my pipes?
Those pipes too.
Oh. Building my pipes.